So, you know, he's one of those very magical life kind of dudes. I've already been playing a little bit. Kind of going in there. This is your ultimate objective down here. So he has basically what he refers to them as champions. He has 12 champions. These are like, this is like the beginner stuff, so that's why I kind of skipped over that, so we didn't have to watch it. This is actually like my first actual getting into the game, my first set of real challenges. It's a deck building game, so as you play through your quest, you can build up a deck by doing certain challenges, playing out certain card scenarios. You get rewards, so you get unlock more cards. You can pick your deck before you start an adventure. You never know what the adventure will be. Because it's a deck, everything is randomized, so you can select what cards are in each, you know, the bad cards, the good cards, the monster cards, your weapons, but it's all randomized. So it's never the replayability seems like it's going to be pretty substantial in this game. I wish there was some character customization, character selection, something like that, because the guy you're playing just looks atrocious. But anyway, let's kind of get going here. So right now I'm seeking out to kill the Jack of Plague. That's his card, that's his champion card, that's the ultimate goal, that's the boss, basically, of the dungeon, so to speak.
Take your time if you like. I've waited long enough.
The voice acting in this game, just because he said that, is actually really awesome. Like, I feel really engaged with this guy while we're setting up the game. He's sitting there across the table from me, you know, talking to me, you know, so it's a very interesting game. It's very immersive, I think. So for every boss, they have a curse, challenges, things like that. The curses tell you basically that it's a negative trait for that particular individual. So for this guy, for the Jack of Plague, the player loses 5 gold for every fail and 10 gold for every huge failure chance card. So like, let's say there's a card that comes up like the Winding Cliffs. You can attempt that challenge. You know, you can attempt to climb to the bottom of the ravine to get a weapon card, but you have to select out of a 4 cards. There's like a huge success cards, failure cards, huge failure cards. You'll see that as we play. So that's pretty substantial. You're going to lose a lot of money. Gold is pretty important because you can come across traders, priests. You know, they can cure your curses. They can cure your ailments, heal you, things like that. So as far as like hardcore, it's almost like a hardcore deck building RPG. It's basically what it is. So Jack of Plagues, we're going to select
the
him.
rats. They have swarmed up from the dark places beneath the realms of humanity and now squat amongst your cities and feast and shriek and hunt and writhe.
Very cool. I need to turn this game down, though. It is really loud. So, let's really turn it down. Last thing I want is, like, feedback in my mic. There we go. No, I don't want to. I want it back. Here we go. Back. Ah. There we go. Alright. So this is the deck builder. Every time you start a round or a dungeon, you can always use the recommended equipment. I don't like doing that because I'm a control freak. Call me that. I like to make my own decks. So, you have your encounters and your equipment. Your encounter cards are basically what going to make up the dungeon. Those are going to be things like curses, traps, encounters, monsters, priests, aiding stuff, rooms, all kinds of different things. Your equipment is obviously self-explanatory. Your equipment, so we don't really have to get into that. You have to have a certain amount of cards in each deck before you can start a round. For this particular one, it's 18. And my deck's currently at 14, so I got to build them up. I got to put 4 more cards inside of them. Down at the bottom here, these are the cards that are currently in your deck. And up here are the cards that you have, that you've earned through gameplay, through rewards, things like that. So basically what we want to do here is, whoop, I'm picking up too much stuff here. So you can see how they're separated. These are different rooms, and these are encounter cards. Encounters are good because you can get rewards from them, which will, as we play, you'll see. I like the ambush. I'm not really too worried about what the ambush is going to do for me. So you can right-click on a card to kind of see what it's going to do. So this card, for example, Devil's Carnival. This card is new and thus its contents are unknown. A lot of times you get a new card, you have to actually draw it to know what it does. So there's always that element of risk or of uncertainty as you're playing the game. until you get to know all the cards and things like that. There's always that level of uncertainty, which is really cool. And this game is still really loud. There we go. Okay, so that's a little better. It's not quite as loud. So like, I'm not gonna know what Devil's Carnival does until I actually draw it and encounter it in the game. So I like to have those cards in my deck, so that way I can actually see what they're gonna do. Sleep in the forest. Let's get that. What I want to get rid of. Let me backtrack. You can see these ones with the locks on them. These are cards you cannot get rid of. You have to kill a certain character, like the King of Dust, to move that card out. It's basically a higher level card that you can't get rid of until you've met certain requirements. So I'm actually going to get rid of the Priest, because I've used the Priest before. The healing is nice. The curses are ridiculously expensive to get rid of. They're like 700 gold, so I'm not a huge fan of that kind of thing. Goblins, the Maiden, Twisted Canyon, Mr. Lionel. He's really good for getting a shield, but we're gonna take him out this time just to see what he does. Let's get Desert Storm in here. Why not? I feel like I'm screwing myself with this particular deck, but oh well. So now you can see that my encounters are sufficient. I have enough cards. I've met the requirements, so that deck is good. Now my equipment. We gotta start doing this. So why don't we get the Huge Hammer, the Frost Fang in there, because those are my new weapons. Armor of Cold, Fleet Gloves. Alright, now your equipment does make a substantial difference. Just like in any D&D or any good RPG, things like skeletons are not going to take as much damage from a sharp weapon. You need a blunt weapon to do a lot of damage to them. Or, well, retroactively, the blunt weapons will do more damage to undead. That's like the abilities they have. So in that sense, you're going to do more damage with a blunt weapon against skeletons and things like that. So it's you want to be smart about how you build your deck before an adventure, because you have no idea what you're going to encounter. You know, you could get really bad luck. So here we go. So we're back. We're good. We're going to start the game.
Our Lord of Plague does like to rub your nose in misfortune.
Right now, I don't know how subtitles got on. I don't want subtitles. Here we go. So you can see it's very immersive. He's building the decks right now, shuffling the cards, things like that. It's me and him. It is me and him. Nobody else. This makes it very interesting. The voice acting is very good. Now he's shuffling it all together. There's my equipment. You can see my equipment thing. So now, just a quick explanation of the UI before I start going here.
You can always
I can look at my inventory.
Here.
You can change what weapons you have equipped. You can look at your current equipment, your helmet, gloves, things like that. You can change what equipment you have based on like what cards you've interacted with, which ones you think are coming up. You can kind of try and prepare for it as much as possible. You see down here, I have my health, my food, and my gold cards. Self-explanatory. That's my current health. Bottom is my max health. The top is my current health. Food. It takes one food to move. So when you see when I move to this card, it's going to take away a food. You can run into cards that will take food away, give you food. You run out of food, you can't go anymore. I have yet to run out of food, so I don't know the exact consequences for that, but I'm sure one of these days I'll find out. Gold, again, you use it to buy equipment, things like that. So it's one of those things. I'm not too keen on gold. I never had to find a huge use for it. When you start running low on food, it's nice to be able to buy some. But anyway, so let's start this adventure here. This old token, this is you, and here we are. We're gonna start this first round. So as you can see, it took the one food away to move. We're gonna roll this card over. So Embertown Hero.
A quest that may lead you down many paths towards jealously guarded secrets. Interesting.
Let's see what this guy wants. So, you've come across an injured adventurer whose battered and bloodied armor tells you he's seen combat recently. I can ignore him and just continue playing, or I can engage the card. When they have little rewards like this, usually if you do the card correctly, or you're going to get something out of it. So I'm going to ask him his troubles. He's been chasing a pest of thieves that attacked my home village of Embertown. I killed some of them in an ambush, but I fear the lack of strength to chase the rest down. Okay. If you have any honor, you will find those jackals and make them pay. So now, Embertown Hero. Because I engaged that quest, this is the next card. So, you know, it's going to show me where they are. So I want to get up to this card right here, because that's going to complete that quest for me. So we're going to go here. Maze of Traps.
A cave, traps, and the hope of treasure. It's all I could ask for, and more.
So we're going to continue. Again, I cannot enter it, but I'm going to enter that, because I know it's got a treasure chest in there, and I want a treasure chest. Especially because I'm just starting out. So having that extra equipment is going to be pretty awesome. So it's kind of cool how it sets up the cards. You know, it gives me my light armor, my shield, my weapons, all my equipment gets equipped like that. You can skip this, but... Oh, Toby's barking. Alright. Now, one thing to keep in mind in this game is WASD are what move you. Your right click is with my shield, you know, that's how I block. My left click is my attack. Spacebar is my dodge. Right now you have unlimited stamina, so it's something you gotta keep in mind. So this is a trap room, so everything is a trap. Don't even start, Jesse. Don't you start. You start without barking. So these are really like little spit arrows, and then you got that, so this one's gonna keep me moving for a while. So let's just see how I do. Ah! I took some damage. So one thing in this game is damage is permanent. I'm not gonna like heal after this maze of traps. I'm not gonna get health unless I find a card that gives me health. So that's something you gotta keep in mind. That's why every encounter is, you know, pretty substantial. Whew. Let's go over here and do some... Ah! Ah, damn it. No! Okay, I'm not doing so well right now. I am getting my butt kicked. And I'm really glad I took out that priest card now, because I was 70 out of 100 health. I'm not a huge fan. Ah, this is not good. Okay, well, we made it to the end. We took 40 damage, which sucks. But we made it to the end, so I get to gang 3 cards. These could give me health. They could give me food, health, gold. Let's see. So I gained 30 gold from that. That was 1 card. 2 card, gain 15 gold. 3 card is draw 1 equipment. So now I can draw from my equipment deck. Got medium armor, which is great.
Middle of the road in every way.
Now, whenever you draw a new piece of equipment, be it weapon, shield, whatever, it'll ask you, you know, over here is going to tell you what you have currently equipped. This is going to tell you what you have. So you can choose to equip it right away, instead of waiting to go back in your inventory and equip it. I'm going to equip it because I just took a lot of damage, so I need more protection here. So now we're going to go up here, and another thing to keep in mind is every time you move and consume food, you gain health. So you can see down here I gained 5 health back. So you're going to get 5 health every time you move. And we know this is our Ember Town Hero quest.
Let's find out what type of character you really are. There's a token in it for you if you win.
The tokens are good. This token that he's offering me, if I do this correctly, there's a couple different ways you can do this. I personally don't like thieves, so I'm going to refuse to deal with them, which probably means I have to fight them. So, as you can see, I refuse to deal with them. So, he drew a monster card. Monster card 2 of Dust, which is just like 2 humans, which will be a pretty easy fight. I'm not too worried about it. But it's just, I like the animations, how it sets everything up. And they're going to go way back there. I'm going to be here. My shield, my axe, my medium armor. Tink. And now we fight. One thing to keep in mind is because I have a shield, I can counter. Oh, and I'm totally pressing the wrong buttons to counter. Q. If you press Q, you can counter their attacks. When you see that green light above their head, or that green little whatever thing, that's telling you if you press Q, you can counter it, which is going to prevent them from hitting you. It plays a lot like Assassin's Creed, the battles do. So if you are familiar with that franchise, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So the dealer draws me 3 cards. So I get 3 food, which is nice. Having food is very important. 10 food, that's even better. 10 max health, that's awesome. That's exactly what I needed.
Much good mate, do you?
So afterwards you return to the Still the Hero and return your success. He gestures for you to come closer. is barely more than a whisper. This location of an ancient treasure hidden in the valley of the Hill of Giants. Then he dies. The card's token is now yours. So because I took the battle part, I took the harder route, I get the token. The tokens at the end of a dungeon are going to give you a lot of cards for your decks. So it's very important to get tokens. Otherwise, you're going to have, you know, very weak decks, and it's going to be pretty a pain in the ass to get to the harder bosses, because it does get more difficult as you progress. So we're doing the forest escape. I can stay down here, or I can take the path to go to the next level, the next dungeon, or the next section of the dungeon. So here we go.
Each of these cards is crafted from your memories and built from your experience. I created them, but only in the abstract. It is the importance you place on them that makes them real.
You're very creepy. What do we got down here? Twisted Canyon. This is the this is what I was telling you about before. So this is the Twisted Canyon. So you can see a weapon glinting in the sunlight, lying next to a skeleton at the bottom of the canyon. That kind of tells you, forebode you what's going to happen. So I have two options. I can leave it, don't worry about it, or I can climb down and retrieve it. Because I'm kind of explaining this game, we're going to climb down and retrieve it. So you can see I have 3 successes and a failure card. Now remember, the curse on this match is if I get a failure card, I'm going to lose 5 gold. If I get a huge failure, I'm going to get 15 gold. There was no huge failures in here, so we'll just do that one. So I got a success. Basically, it's going to let me draw an equipment card. So you climb down and retrieve the weapon very carefully. You make your way to the bottom of the canyon. You retrieve the weapon from the ancient corpse. Draw 1 weapon card. So it's going to flip through my equipment pile until I come across the weapon, which is the Frostfang. So equipment with this trait is imbued with glacial power. Lizardmen are especially susceptible to ice damage. So this is Frostfang. So each hit slows the target with cold. Press 1 to shoot a cone of ice. So it's like a magical weapon, which is pretty awesome. And it's obviously better than my axe. Same damage, but it has the special abilities. And now I know what that card does. So in the future, I'm going to know what Ice Fang does. We've got Traveling Tinker. So this is like a shop. So in a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a traveling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Tinkers sell items of all descriptions, so let's approach the shop. Greetings, wise traveler. I have much to offer you. So we're gonna kind of go to the shop here. We'll just skip the animation. So I can buy, sell, buy food. I have enough food. I have 16 food. I have enough food for now. Let's see if he's got anything worthwhile. Fortitude's breath. To shield bash a target, stunning it. What do we got here? During combat, press 2 for knives in 8 cardinal directions. That's actually pretty cool.
Artifacts provide
I didn't mean to buy that, but
using combat, but it takes time to ready them.
Good increase damage, pressure on unleash of 4-6. I really like that. But I accidentally bought those knivey things. I don't know if I can sell them. Yeah, they only sell for 12, so.
A knife for all, and mercy for none.
Yeah, I don't. So let's leave, because I accidentally wasted my money. But it is what it is. I guess we'll go to this one. Hitch a ride.
A horse.
See, now I have an option here. I think for now,
sure you'll leave this one in time. You do not seem to have the temperament for
we're gonna
friends,
go back because I want to know what this
even
card
in the
up here
animal
is.
kingdom.
It's a river. Good, because I haven't hit this card yet, so I gotta know what it does.
Win this and claim my token.
Token. Let's attempt to cross the river. So you can see a huge failure, and 2 successes. So let's hope we get a success. Oh, we got a huge failure. That's not good. So your medium-sized armor doesn't make the crossing easy, and the current pushes you into some rocks, battering you about. The dealer draws you 2 pain cards, which is not really a good thing. So pain, lose 3 gold.
Oh,
okay. Lose 3 food. See, that sucks. And I didn't get the token because I didn't succeed, so that was kind of a waste.
It's better than trudging along a muddy road. Certainly.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna hitch a ride. So now I only have 7
What brings
food.
you to play the game?
Treasure
I know you will
chest,
not
yeah.
tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent.
End of hall. Approach the chest. Failure, failure, success, success. So 50-50 chance to open this thing. Success! No! That's not good. It's time to escape the gas. No. Yeah, whew. Ooh, thank goodness.
A challenge for you, and a token if you succeed.
What treasure might it hold? Attempt to pry it open. 3 successes and a failure. That's good. So I have a 75% chance to open this bad boy. Knowing my luck, I'll hit the failure, though. I knew it. You leave disappointed. Well, that was a waste. Oh well. It is what it is. Ratman hunting.
Now you begin to trespass upon the Ratmen's hunting grounds.
2 monster cards, so 4 plague rats, 8 plague rats. Alright. This will be interesting. I haven't fought the rats yet, so I don't know what they're capable of. But have my cool
Plague by name, and
weapon
plague
ability
by
artifact.
nature. The rats leave
Okay.
behind a deadly toxin. You display marvelous dexterity.
So
for one
what
who's
that
seen such
other,
movement.
when it's red, that means you cannot counter it. So you're gonna want to be careful. If you see that red stuff, you know you're gonna be in a little bit of trouble here. So I'm countering all kinds of arrows. I am not doing so hot. There are a lot of bad guys here. I really gotta pay more attention to these counters because I'm getting my butt kicked over here. I don't like these ranged guys. They make life very difficult. Alright, Plague Monster dead. So as you can see, I was taking 1 damage consistently throughout that whole fight because of the plague, the aura that they put out. No way to stop this plague remnant. Pay someone to take care of it, perhaps. The Maiden. She's nice.
Given
She's
how
a good
rarely
card.
one encounters the folk, you are
So I can ask for
fortunate
longer
indeed
life,
to meet
supplies,
America.
gold, has to be
Or
blessed.
perhaps we are merely cycling
I don't
around
really
the
need
wheel and
well,
dipping
actually
into
I could
the
use some
same
food,
memories of time
but I don't know. See, I don't know if that's going to be the
time.
monster, the end boss, or if that's going to be. We'll just be supplies just to be safe. We'll just play it safe here. Okay, see, I'm really glad I went with supplies then, because you know that's not the end of the dungeon. I only had 4 food left, so it's very good that I did that. You embark on your next adventure.
Did you expect me to tell your fortune?
Devil's Carnal. Alright, good. I'm glad I came
A
to this one.
fortune
Let's see what this guy
teller
wants.
is at their most base and despicable when they begin to believe their own lies.
One day, it
course.
says Dust Gather.
I am different. My powers are genuine.
I was thinking traveling circus. Strange sights, stranger smells confront you as you begin to wander between tents and the stalls you were once brightly colored. You are now faded and stained with dust. Peasants and nobles alike wander streets and alleys, past wonders and amazement seeing, almost dazed. There's something about the place that dulls your senses, and for a while you forget your quest, forget even the path that brought you to this place. Oh. That's not good.
Choose from these options.
Come on, can I get a freaking success, please? And the man leaps up. Murderer, guys. Cursed killer. Card gathers around the man. Draw 1 curse card. That's not what we need. Player cannot be healed.
Let us see how you progress with that.
Oh,
millstone
boy.
around your neck. Of course, you can remove your curses at shops if you can find them.
Day is dawning,
Still,
but which day?
I'm
Looking back, you
keen
see
to
the ruined
how
buildings
you
of which town
handle
long
your
ago abandoned.
disadvantages.
I missed my. I've only gotten 1 token this turn. Dead King's Hall.
Greed. If it were not for greed,
Parents hold the
then who
spectacular
would
wealth,
play
but it
this
surely
game?
will be guarded. Attempt to take them by surprise. Come on, give me a huge success. Alright. So, I can kill one of these monster cards. If you get successes on sneaks, you can basically take out one of the cards. That is going to be irritating. I think we'll just get rid of the dust guys and kill the 2 skeletons. So challenge rating is pretty low. So we'll just go with that. Freeze, mother truckers. Boom! See, that was really easy. I'm so glad I won that sneak. Ta-da! Drawing equipment. A sword.
Great men wield
No.
great swords. Swords of myth and
5
legend.
food.
For you, this will
25 gold.
suffice.
Ambush.
What did you think would happen with a card called Ambush, eh?
So 7 bandits. Okay. Slice, slice. Those ranged guys are really bugging me. Now, you can either dodge stuff, or you can just roll out of the way. Or, I'm sorry, you can counter stuff or just dodge it entirely. Kill you. Boom. And he's dead. Congratulations, we won this encounter. You know, then when your opponent's in the pretending, I'm gonna sneak up and kill him. I know that's a success. Ha ha ha. Draw 2, select 1 to keep. Ooh. Both of these are cards I haven't touched. What's Mercy Contract? Every successful stripe got drug. All weapon attacks are enhanced with powerful poison that taints.
It's the tool of the traitor.
Yeah, consuming shame.
Artifacts give you powerful
nice.
abilities to use in combat.
I can't get healed, so that's useless. Traveling Mage. I don't think I really have anything. I only have 25 gold. That's really not enough to buy anything. Hitch a ride. This is a long quest
A
here.
horse is a fine companion. I'm sure you'll leave this one in time. You do not seem to have the temperament for friends,
Traveling
even
healer.
in the animal kingdom. Hush. Can you hear the way his claws scratch the tiles?
Alright, we're gonna approach this healer shop here. Like, look how expensive. 160, 20 to...
I appreciate your ingenuity. I look forward to seeing
Yeah, let's
how
take
you
off the
approach
blight,
this
because
particular challenge.
the reason why this one's so expensive is because this is a curse from the boss. So it takes a lot of money to get rid of those. I don't really care about gold, but that blight one is really starting to kick me in the butt. Let's see, food, heal wounds. And you're going to cost me 6, and I only have 5, so why don't we sell some items? We can sell these. Yeah. Sell this sword. And we'll go back, and we'll heal. Actually, healing wounds is kind of silly at this point. We'll just keep our 21 gold, actually. Yeah, it seems really silly what I'm doing here. Get that. Get some more food in our system.
I'm sure you're grateful for that.
There we go. Just in case this becomes a very long journey. We're gonna want a lot of food. Alright. Going back up here. Going over here. Devil's Choice.
Though I admire his
A cloaked devil appears in your
live
path.
by
I'm here to
very
test your
different
strength, so-called hero. Choose your foe. Yeah, you know, mighty hero, I will let you live with your choice. Freeze, mother truckers. Done. I played a lot of Assassin's Creed, so I'm very used to this combat style. It's not that difficult. Well, that's what I like about this game too. Is it's not so much about the fighting; it's more about the cards. Like this is the game. Draw one equipment. What do we got? An axe? No, I don't want to equip the axe. I like my sword right now. Gain 10 health. Gain 15 gold. All right. What do we got here? Asleep in the forest.
spirits roaming the darkness. With the struggles, the boundaries are weaker than they've ever been.
You're quick to your feet, weapon already in hand. The ghost stuffed it properly. Hand saying it means no harm. For a brief moment, the ghost pale eyes. Please come home soon. At your feet is a bag of food. You draw your own food card. Alright, so because I didn't attack the ghost, I got the token. So I played out that card good. So I got a food card out of that. And the card's token is now mine. Now the question is, what would happen if I had fought the ghost? I mean, I assume if you try and hit a ghost, he's just going to disappear. Angry mob. Uh-oh. Yeah, it doesn't
So
look good.
quick to anger. That's what makes them a mob, really.
I don't know what's going to happen here. As you approach the small town of Whitechburn, an angry mob peasants marches forth and confronts you. The rat men have eaten all our food. We're starving. We demand food. I have 16 food. We had no ration out there. Usually simple folk to their troubles. Well, you know. It is what it is.
They will not let you pass so easily.
Monster card,
Prepare
4
yourself.
plague rats. Alright. Let's kill some rats. I really like this sword. Dang rat plagues in your damn poison aura. Alright, so we successfully won that combat. Yes. He sighs, he stirs the bodies, finding nothing. If there's only another way to stop this plague of Ratman, pay someone to take care of it, perhaps. Yeah, pay me to take care of that. What do we got? Please, Jack of Plague. Here he is. So he's faster and stronger than normal Ratman. This beast inspires Oliver and run on him to strike faster, the more damage he sustains.
And blood and
So the more damage I do to him,
you play for a token now.
So 2 tokens on the line for this. You have to kill this rat commander, but I have that awesome curse that is going to poison them, so they're going to taste our own medicine. That's the boss. So again, the red ones, you can't... obviously I can't, you know, freeze the boss. Let's kill these rats. So, in this one, I want to kill him first, or him last, because he's going to inspire them to do more damage. More damage. You are really annoying with your little arrows there. Let's use you. And he's dead, so I get my card. See what I mean? That guy's just really ugly. I really I want some character customization. Just to have that little bit more of immersion, you know, tiny bit more. So the Jack of Plague is dead. Now we win these 2 tokens, and you get all the tokens you win at the end. So this is why getting tokens is so important. So I could activate him. So these are like your quest rewards: Ring of Justice, Warning Signs. Add them to my deck. Boom. What is this? Asleep at the Inn. Add that to my deck. Boom! Ooh, this is a nice one. Berserker Armor, Scorching Zeal, Culling of the Wrath, and King of Dust, Old Graveyard.